PLAVE, a virtual idol group, sold out all tickets for the Seoul leg of their first Asia tour, underscoring the viability of digital performers in live entertainment. Meta's Ray-Ban smart glasses incorporate avatars for communication, blending wearable tech with virtual identity. Apple's Vision Pro introduced improved spatial personas, or realistic avatars for video calls, enhancing digital self-representation. At Unreal Fest 2025, Epic Games demonstrated new AI tools enabling developers to use a persona device in Fortnite for creating lifelike NPCs powered by LLMs. Additionally, metahuman technology was featured in Death Stranding 2 promotional materials, showcasing cinematic use of advanced digital human models. Otter introduced a prototype AI tool called Meeting Avatar that allows executives to scale their presence through avatars, though concerns persist about authenticity and employee reactions. CEOs are reportedly creating digital doubles and clones for basic work tasks using generative AI, but negative feedback from staff highlights risks of depersonalization and misinformation. Axios reports digital clones can hallucinate or amplify inauthenticity. Similarly, generative AI avatars used for leadership representation are being met with skepticism within organizations. In telehealth, platforms like Holoverse are integrating avatars supported by AI for virtual healthcare services, facilitating remote patient interaction and potentially increasing engagement through visualized, AI-mediated interfaces. Additionally, the NIH is exploring fully autonomous, self-documenting biomedical AI beings, signaling a long-term ambition for synthetic agents in clinical settings. Virtual try-on tools driven by AI, such as those highlighted by Glam AI, offer stylized digital clothing simulations using avatars to enable remote fitting experiences. Icon's 8's Face Swapper is also being used by marketing departments to create customized visual representations of market segments, demonstrating the integration of face swapping and synthetic visuals in brand strategy. Apple Vision Pro's avatars are redefining virtual identity through spatial personas, aiming for more natural digital interactions in social contexts. Meanwhile, synthetic personas are central to how users now curate their online identity, with platforms enabling avatars that mimic human appearance and behavior. Cultural heritage projects, such as Microsoft's collaboration with the Vatican using AI and virtual reality, employ virtual reconstructions and avatars to preserve and present historical content in immersive formats. Ready Player Me remains a prominent cross-game avatar platform supporting personal representation in the metaverse. Pudgy Penguins, a Web3 native avatar project, launched Pudgy Land, a metaverse game accessible only to avatar holders, blending NFT ownership with interactive virtual environments. In education, simulations like Boise State University's Training with Virtual Humans allow users to body swap with synthetic characters for immersive learning. Experts have raised concerns about safety and ethical oversight in AI companion apps such as Replika, where users build emotional relationships with avatars. These concerns echo broader debates on the need for regulatory mechanisms to ensure that virtual beings, especially those mimicking intimacy, do not cross boundaries without informed consent or protection. Similarly, concerns about synthetic identity fraud are rising, as AI-generated personas blur lines between authentic and fake individuals, especially in financial and legal contexts. The Reddit threads highlight creative engagement with avatars on the r/Roblox avatars and r/ScumGame subreddits. In r/Roblox avatars, users contribute to threads such as Show Me Your Avatars and I'll Make You a Headcanon, which invites participants to present their digital avatars to receive imaginative backstories, indicating strong community building and narrative personalization. Another thread discusses assigning chase themes and lore to avatars, suggesting a growing trend in gamified, user-driven storytelling around virtual characters. These discussions emphasize the participatory culture around avatars in virtual environments, particularly within Roblox. Similarly, in r/ScumGame, users anticipate updates involving non-playable characters, NPCs, underlining the evolving role of synthetic characters in immersive gaming experiences. These community interactions showcase avatars and NPCs not only as technical assets but as narrative tools for co-creation and social bonding. YouTube Activity features several short-form videos tagged with terms like #digitalhuman, #achallenge, #virtualittle, and #mermaidchallenge, suggesting aesthetic and challenge-driven engagement with digital humans. One video explicitly references Deep Brain AI, a known provider of AI-generated virtual humans, pointing to its role in producing ultra-realistic avatars. Additionally, a Japanese language video features a virtual model dancing to a performance tagged #Degitaruhuman and #iClone, linking back to Reallusion's iClone tool, which is commonly used for real-time 3D character animation. These videos suggest growing adoption of virtual human creation tools for expressive, entertainment-focused content on short video platforms, often blending motion capture, AI generation, and virtual fashion. Multiple job postings and industry reports refer to professional-level roles tied to avatar and virtual human technology. At Roblox, a principal software engineer for avatar graphics is being sought, indicating internal investment into avatar visual fidelity. A news story from Axios reports that CEOs are increasingly experimenting with AI avatars and digital clones as operational proxies, though this trend is raising concerns over perceived authenticity and the risk of communication errors. An example includes Dara Lajavardian, CEO of Delphi, who created a digital clone for public interfacing, which ended up producing incoherent responses in a live demo. This highlights both the ambitions and current limitations of executive-level AI cloning for public-facing or productivity functions. Modding communities are actively engaging with NPC design and integration. On Reddit and YouTube, players discuss and showcase NPC mods for games like Stardew Valley Expanded, SVE, and Empire at War, reflecting user-driven expansion of synthetic characters into new roles and narratives within pre-existing gaming environments. These NPC mods allow for greater personalization and storyline complexity, pointing to a thriving ecosystem where players act as co-developers of AI-driven character content. On the forums for Ready Player Me, developers report issues with avatar generation, such as missing body parts when importing custom-outfitted avatars into Unity. These technical discussions reflect real-time challenges in the integration of avatar creation pipelines into game engines. Meanwhile, Unreal Engine forums highlight the arrival of MetaHuman 5.6, with enhancements in backward compatibility and consistent body types, showcasing Epic Games' ongoing refinement of hyper-realistic digital human generation tools used in both gaming and film production. LinkedIn and YouTube references to the vertical virtual human market underscore the rise of specialized AI-powered agents designed for particular industries. The term refers to virtual humans customized for tasks such as healthcare triage, financial advising, or corporate training, suggesting a segmentation of the digital human market based on application domains. The projected CAGR of 10.2% reflects increasing enterprise interest in virtual humans as productivity solutions. UltraSocial showcased its digital human solutions spake at the special event Digital Human Expo 2025 held from June 11th at Makuhari. Spake is a digital human platform that integrates generative AI and voice technologies, allowing visitors to experience real-time interaction in a physical booth setup. In China, virtual hosts and R/XR enhanced performances are becoming integral to live entertainment. For example, in XR theater productions such as Macbeth and, as well as festival events, virtual elements like dragons and fantastical scenes are overlaid in real time using multi-camera systems for immersive audience engagement. Similarly, Apple's Vision OS 26 includes significant upgrades to 3D avatars used in FaceTime on the Vision Pro headset, enabling more lifelike virtual representations of users in communication settings. Additionally, Apple's Foundation Models framework on GitHub hints at future AI chat apps integrating virtual characters enhanced with Metal 4 rendering capabilities. In Korea, the Ministry of the Interior and Safety, Hangampu, completed copyright registration for its digital characters Taengi and Poripori. These digital mascots are designed as friendly communicators for policy promotion, aiming to enhance public engagement through familiar and accessible virtual characters. Meanwhile, XR-based digital humans are also used in mixed reality productions in China, where the integration of XR materials and meticulous on-site adjustments ensures technological realism and depth in storytelling. In the realm of e-commerce, digital humans are being leveraged to reduce costs and increase efficiency. Macau-based retailers, facing high operational expenses and intense channel competition, are increasingly adopting AI-driven, digital humans, for live streaming. These AI presenters enable streamlined production by minimizing the need for physical space, personnel, and equipment. Baidu's digital human live streaming system exemplifies this trend, offering a comprehensive e-commerce solution tailored to Macau businesses for reaching mainland Chinese consumers, addressing dual challenges in regulatory and operational differences. This system reportedly led to a 281% increase in live streaming hosts and a 177% rise in monthly buyers over the past year. Individual small business owners, like market vendor Fu Yangyan in Yiwu, are also benefiting from AI tools and digital humans to drive traffic without appearing on camera. In Taiwan, the platform promotes the creation of customized 2D/3D virtual beings for enterprise use, alongside the development of AI-generated content, audio-visual workflows. Notably, they introduced Aka, Taiwan's first AI virtual idol, representing an effort to localize virtual character branding. Several municipalities in China are integrating digital humans into administrative services. For instance, Shanyang's Heiping district launched a digital human AI spokesperson as part of its Smart Heiping governance initiative. This digital agent supports government publicity and service delivery using generative AI. Similarly, Synapse Technology, under Derlin Holdings, is developing AI-powered virtual customer service agents for dynamic financial communities, supported by recent Series A investment from GPTX, C Capital, and Shuren Education. Beijing Jiling Times Film and Media Company, Limited received a patent for a metaverse virtual digital human production system, marking progress in the industrialization of virtual human creation tools. Shenzhen Phantom Future Information Technology Company, Limited secured a patent for a virtual digital human interaction device, system, and method, highlighting ongoing innovation in interactive virtual agents. These developments reflect China's increasing focus on technological infrastructure supporting synthetic characters and their interactive capabilities across sectors. A recent controversy surrounding an AI-generated advertisement by Nongfu Springs brand Oriental Leaves illustrates the aesthetic challenges of virtual humans. Viewers reacted negatively to the digital spokesperson's unrealistic features, particularly distorted fingers, triggering discomfort due to the uncanny valley effect. This case underscores the importance of visual fidelity in digital human design to ensure viewer acceptance. In related research, studies on the use of digital avatars for mental health monitoring suggest that large language models like GPT-3 could help establish new digital biomarkers for psychiatric conditions, although such applications remain experimental. Multiple studies explore the construction, engagement mechanisms, and commercial strategies of VTubers and virtual idols. In Transformational Leader in Virtual YouTuber Commercial Business, Psychobiography of Motoaki Yagu Tanego, Wibowo and Mila examine the leadership of Tanego, founder of Hololive, and his strategic development of VTuber talents in shaping a successful virtual entertainment business. Lee sharing the extra dimension adds conceptual depth by analyzing VTuber identity types, particularly the non-reductionist type, which embraces complex virtual identities detached from simplified real-life correspondence. In Royal Flush, a personal account describes the artistic design process behind a custom VTuber model, emphasizing how visual storytelling and fashion choices contribute to the character's narrative. Together, these texts highlight both the business leadership and artistic individuality behind virtual entertainer creation. A robust body of research focuses on the role of virtual beings in influencer marketing and e-commerce. Chen and Yang categorize virtual streamers into task-oriented and identity-based types and examine how this affects purchase intentions depending on product type. He and John explore how AI streamers affect rural e-commerce live streaming audiences, using the appraisal emotion action model to link perceived streamer traits to consumer behavior. Similarly, the work by Chen et al. Analyses differences between AI and human streamers, concluding that AI-driven presentations influence purchase intention through distinct cognitive and emotional pathways. Gong and Lu's bibliometric study shows rapid growth in virtual streamer-focused research, especially in China, reflecting both academic and commercial interest. Lu, Lin, and Lu assess how virtual influencers impact tourism purchase intentions differently from human influencers, while Chu et al. Study how anthropomorphic design of virtual idols affects emotional resonance and engagement levels. Collectively, these studies underscore the measurable influence of virtual beings on consumer decisions and the emerging strategies for integrating them into digital commerce. Several contributions provide insight into the technological underpinnings and deployment of virtual beings. Gong and Lu, in another study on artificial intelligence-generated content, emphasize that virtual streamers represent a key application area for AI and e-commerce. Yang, Lee, and Morrison conduct a semiotic analysis of digital humans in the metaverse and their role in cultural communication, using a triadic symbol model to analyze how virtual characters convey culture in tourism and hospitality contexts. These applications demonstrate the increasing sophistication in the design and function of virtual humans across industries. DaCosta et al.'s work introduces the concept of meta-influencers, AI-generated virtual influencers, and discusses the epistemic and ontological implications of their use in digital society. The authors advocate for ethical governance models to manage risks in strategic communications. Muhammad's study on influencer marketing ethics further highlights the need for intermediaries to establish ethical standards in environments where virtual influencers like Lil Miquela are gaining traction despite their non-human appearance. These texts raise questions about authenticity, audience manipulation, and regulatory oversight in the virtual influence ecosystem. The cultural dimensions of virtual beings are also emphasized. Yang, Lee, and Morrison's study on metaverse digital humans highlights their role in symbolic and cultural transmission, particularly in tourism marketing. Chiu et al.'s repeated research on anthropomorphism explores how emotional design in virtual idols bridges gaps in parasocial interaction. Lee's typology of VTuber identity introduces philosophical questions about representation and viewer connection, indicating that cultural expectations shape the way audiences engage with synthetic characters.